Let's go. Stevie. Oh, there we go.
All right.
Stevie.
You got me?
I got you.
All right. Turn the sound off. There
Yeah,
we go.
I was like, something's a little weird. There we go. All right.
I fixed it.
You did. Well, welcome back on the show.
My face up.
That's exactly what I was about to do.
Yeah, we got stuff.
And before we get started,
We know how to do stuff.
what's that, Stevie?
The system. We know how to do stuff.
Look, here we got the picture, we got the whiteboard. I have a whole bunch of new commands, so that's what I wanted to talk about real quick. Like a lot,
All right.
like 4 or so.
Oh,
Command. So
very exciting.
we got. Let's do FYD first. It's a fuck you, Dr. Booty Quiver, bitch. And we
You've
got
been hanging out with pickles, huh?
and I also have an FYS for you, Stevie, but it's more G-rated. There's that one. And
This one's for your dad.
we
Then I
got
can be your dad.
yeah, exactly. And we got for one from Mike when he's in here. Mike is sexy.
Ooh.
Yeah. And we have rap songs. That's the list of rap songs. I finally made that one. Woot woot.
There you go.
And also things like that used to be long, like it used to be !J Instagram to get to my Jugless Instagram. Now it's just !JIG or !IG to get to the Instagram before I was typed the whole word. So I just like did some abbreviated stuff like that to
So it's G or IG?
yes, exactly. J-I-G, jig or IG. Like jig like a dance. That's what I think of. Yeah. And there's one more. There's the Stevie salute. !SS. Yeah. Yeet,
Yes.
Yeet, yeet, oh captain, my captain.
Yes, because I am Captain Cougar.
Yeah. Okay, good. So I want to get that stuff out of the way. Let's talk about the movie now. We got it on the board. It's legible. It's looking good, if I do say so myself. Not to toot my own horn, but toot toot. Yeah, I love this movie.
I can read it. That's great. Good job.
Woo!
And I can see your bananas.
Yeah.
I'm very excited today.
I know well, I have bananas.
Pulling out all the stops.
So yeah, exactly. This is a classy stream because we got bananas and a whiteboard. Okay. Anyway.
That's right.
Bananas and a whiteboard. Nothing classier. Okay, but let's get to the movie. Wikipedia Rat Race. First off, I saw this movie when it came out in theaters. I would have been in grade 1 because I remember this because it came out in 2001 and I was in the corresponding grade for each year. So in 2009, I was grade 9. I was the graduating class of 2012, grade 12. Bada bing, bada boom. Anyway, that's why.
Oh, that's fancy. Good job.
That's why I was
in high school in 01.
I know I was a wee lad, but my dad took my brother and myself to this movie in the theater, and it's my brother's.
What's up?
Yeah, exactly, absolutely. It's my brother's favorite movie. I think still to this day, #1 favorite film.
That's a good one.
Rat Race. Can't deny it. But I guess we should talk about the basic plot because we haven't yet. So pretty much it's a whole bunch of people that are all going to this casino, and we'll talk about the different characters. We'll talk about the different characters later, but they basically, just to summarize, they get a token that says you have this opportunity. Basically, there's 6 teams. Some of them there's 2 people with 1 key. Some of them it's just 1 with 1 key. And they're all trying to get to this locker in Silver City, New Mexico first. It's a race. It's a rat race. That's why it's called that. To go get this money, $2 million. And that's the plot. That's the basic plot. And John Cleese is the one putting this.
Okay, hold on. Yeah. Oh, I guess that you're getting there.
Yeah.
I was just going to say it's just entertainment for rich bastards.
Yeah, exactly. And John Cleese is putting this on. and it's all these rich we're assuming like multi-millionaires betting on these people trying to get to this $2 million, which is probably a measly sum to these really rich tycoons, if you will. But yeah, let's talk about the characters, because that's really like the charm of this movie.
Yes,
is the
what it's all
cast.
about. I've got the whole movie case I'm gonna grab for reference.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, you have my DVD. Yeah, and I'm looking at the Wikipedia, so good. Let's just look at the budget here and what it made. So it did okay. It got a budget of $48 million. And the box office was $85.5 million.
I
So,
can't do math. I can't hold numbers in my head worth shit.
well, I can't either, but it's like it made enough money to party, basically. It made a little, like roughly double
did the
the
job.
budget, yeah. Maybe a little less than double the budget, but still, like, close.
Around there.
Yeah, it made some money, but considering, like, what they had to pay John Cleese and John Lovitz and Rowan Atkinson, all these relatively big stars, like, it's actually pretty... The budget just seems reasonable when you think about all the stars. 48 million. And yeah, some of this was filmed in Canada. I forget exactly where. I think it'll say here, actually. I believe in Vancouver? I could be wrong.
Yeah,
But
probably.
no, oh yeah, there are some... It's set in Las Vegas, but it's... Where did it actually film? Filming in... Oh, actually, Calgary, Alberta.
What?
Yeah, it's a lot of them. A lot of the shot, like I guess like some of the highway shots.
Oh, like interior stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and some of the parts that are set in New Mexico are filmed in Canada, according to Wikipedia anyway, in Calgary, Alberta.
Well, that's one.
Yeah. I guess it makes enough sense. That's why it was cheaper. They're filming in Calgary.
Vancouver is the set that anything that takes place in Boston is shot at.
Oh, or often New York, yeah. For sure, yeah.
No, it's Vancouver all the time because there is consistency.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But like if they'll just shoot there because it's cheaper than a lot of the American cities though too. Did I lose you, Steve?
What's going on here?
You're here. Okay, we're all right.
Yeah, it's just the video was out of order or whatever. I'm
good. Is it okay? Oh no. I'm gonna try to fix it. Okay, I got it back for me, I think. Hello. Yeah, we're okay.
Hello! Alright,
oh no.
I say, John
oh,
Lovitz is all I can ever remember from this one.
He's really gold, but I don't know. I like a lot of the characters. My three favorites are John Cleese, Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean, and John Lovitz. Those are my three faves. But everyone's good. Like Whoopi Goldberg is fantastic. Seth Green is funny in this even. Like, even the people that I don't really know, like Vince Vuloff or whatever the guy with the tongue stud's name is. Something like that.
Yeah.
He's funny for his bit, I think. And Cuba Gooding. Can't forget Cuba Gooding.
I really enjoyed his story in particular.
Yeah, we can start talking about some of the specific character stories. So yeah, Cuba Gooding plays this referee who did a really bad job of calling a football game. So everyone is really mad at him. And they show the clip of him fucking it up. Yes, he clearly fucked it up. The coin toss.
The coin toss.
Yeah. And so everyone hates him because I guess a lot of people are betting on sports. It makes sense in Las Vegas, though, I guess. A lot of people are really pissed about that. And that comes into... I don't want to ruin too much of his plot line. But there is a good bit.
Yeah.
There's a good...
have to mention about his introduction scene. That is the first of, I counted, 3 queerphobic jokes in the movie.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, for sure.
I'm not complaining about it, okay?
It's the time, the era, for sure.
Well, it's not just that, but this first one, he gets punked back, right?
Say again.
Like, it's not all bad.
Yeah,
The
no,
joke's on
exactly.
him.
That first one, yeah.
That's why I'm not complaining.
That one didn't feel that bad. Yeah, exactly. But it was more on Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character for being an idiot. Yeah.
Absolutely.
The joke wasn't like, oh, trans people are weird or whatever. It was that fuck this guy. He's an idiot. He doesn't get it. But yeah, no.
Yeah, he was making assumptions.
Yeah. What's that?
He was making assumptions.
Yeah, exactly.
And assumptions make an ass out of the assumer.
Exactly. But yeah, that was a good joke. Let's talk about some of the other characters though, because there's so many. Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson, Enrico Pollini in this movie. He was probably one of my favorites as a kid, because he's just so over the top, playing a sort of eccentric European businessman, from what I can gather. Although it's not clear what his business is. But he comes into.
Wait, what's his name?
Enrico Pollini.
Right, I liked the joke where he says, "Oh, you think that's a girl name, but it's a pun."
Yeah, well, yeah.
I was just like, what?
He comes in. My name is Enrico Pollini, and I know what you're thinking. That is a girl's name. And Cuba Gooding Jr. is like, no, I wasn't. I wasn't thinking that. Because it's not. I don't think it is.
I did find that hilarious, though.
And then he calls cocktail weenies cock doggies. It's just, there's lots of good bits with him. And he's also narcoleptic, which comes into it later. The rare sleeping disorder where you just fall asleep. It's a real thing. People don't know that.
But the way that he represents it is totally inaccurate.
Oh, totally. And it usually is in TV and movies, but still.
Yeah.
It exists, but not as extreme as they show. What's that?
Oh, well, you're not gonna stand up, like fall asleep standing up and stay upright.
I was wondering about that too.
Part.
I was like, is that possible? I was wondering. But yeah, you're right. It probably wouldn't work. We're not horses. We fall down.
Not yet.
We'll fall down.
We'll keep taking the medicine and see what happens.
Oh, yeah. Keep taking horse meds. No. Okay, moving on. Rat Race. I have the Wikipedia open. There's lots of actors in this that are good. John Lovitz, and I'm not sure who plays his wife, but they have a good back and forth, like really good chemistry.
He's great in everything.
Yeah, he's hilarious. But yeah, what are some of the? I'm trying to think. Like, it starts off pretty good to just show the kind of character he is. They get to the hotel room, and he immediately wants to go gamble, but he's saying that he's not gambling, and you can tell that he's lied about this in the past or something, because there's not a lot of trust with the gambling thing. So he wants to go gamble, and you can tell he doesn't really.
He's miserable, and he's trying to enjoy some time off work, family vacation, but his kids.
And it's fun.
I feel like he thinks his kids suck, but I think his kids are great.
Yeah, they're not written. They're debatably not written great, but I agree. I don't have actually that much a problem with the kids with such a big movie like this with the big cast. It makes sense that their characters don't have that much screen time, and they're the only kids representation. But I think that's fine. And for the parts that they have, there's some funny bits with them, like the girl pooping out the window and stuff, and then the guy and the girl both. I forget what their character names are, but they. Bounce on the beds and they bump into each other, and John Lovitz goes, "Honey, kids need ya," and then so he goes runs into the casino to gamble, but it's awesome. So yeah, that was what I was gonna say is a good representation of him being sort of a neglecting father, but yeah, he's here to party. They're apparently there to see David Copperfield, but that doesn't happen.
And he mixed them all up. Okay, so he was gonna go and run the race himself, but they insisted on tagging along.
Yeah, we will go with you. Yes, it's good. And
the whole time he wouldn't tell them what it was about.
It was a job for fountain pens. He lied and said it was a job for ink for fountain pens, which is pretty funny because that's like a
Yeah.
I feel like there's not much call for that. Even in 2001, was there really that many fountain pens?
Yeah, not really. I'm sure everyone had an E-pen at the time or something.
But she's like, okay, we'll go with you then. And she's like, oh, I don't know. It's like, we will go with you. So it's set in stone. They have to all go together.
Nope. We're on family vacation. That means family.
Exactly. And a big plot point in this, start talking about Seth Green and Vince Vuloff, or whatever the fuck his name is. But I'm not going to be able to pronounce his name. But they're a pair and they're brothers. Seth Green can talk normally, and the other guy cannot talk normally because he has a tongue stud in his mouth. And their intro scene is funny because they're clearly like scumbags trying to like do pull scams, get money kind of thing. They put a glass on the floor in the middle, right in front of a stairwell, and their plan is to fake a fall and slip on this glass, fall down, and then sue the hotel. But right before they can do it, someone else actually does fall and slip. And Gloria Allred, the famous lawyer, of course, that just happens to be there. It's like, oh my goodness, I haven't seen this much damage or something like that. I don't know, it's good. And then what I was gonna get to is
lawyer joke.
What's that?
Lawyer joke.
Yeah, exactly. And Gloria Allred comes back into it later too. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Seth Green and Vince Vuloff. Then once they're in the race and they're trying to get a plane ticket, but they're one of the last people to get on to the airport, I guess, because they can't get a ticket. So what their plan is so funny, and I love this scene. And actually, this is how I learned how airplanes flew, because I didn't know this before. It's a radar system with a big radar machine, and they had to hooked a metal hook onto it, and then they like drove a truck, and like that was the plan, to like fuck up the radar and drive a truck. And it's a great scene. I don't want to ruin that too much, but it's really funny. And their brother chemistry is actually really good, even though they're not real brothers.
Oh yeah, they work great together.
Yeah, they have good chemistry. Lots of scenes with them like crying in each other's arms. It's funny. There's one bit where Seth Green is underneath some water at one point, and he gets up and he has all this seaweed on him, and Vince Vuloff thinks that he's a sea monster or something. He goes like, ah, because he thinks he's all covered in the seaweed. So I love this and that's like was like a sort of subtle moment, but I love little bits like that. This movie's great. I stand by it. Oh boy.
At the chat, your dad showed up.
Oh my god. If he wants me to come. I'm actually. We gotta end this at 9. Like I've got to be strict at the ending of the stream today, because I gotta go party with Hugh and his pal from Fort Capel. He's in town, and like I think Hugh is saying, we're gonna get drunk or something. What's he saying? Come over here and get day drunk, you little fucker. I'm waiting for my buddy to show up. Yes. Roger that. Okay. Stevie, salute. Yeet, oh, Captain, my Captain. Yes, so check out the commands, folks. If you want to see, we have so many new commands. ! Commands in the chat. Drop some off for me, though. Bring booze here, daddy. Okay, let's keep talking about the movie. Rat Race. Who haven't we talked about yet? John Cleese, the billionaire, putting this to get the whole thing together. Donald St. Clair, the billionaire, which they say at one point. Like, that's funny. I wouldn't have thought about that if Breckenmeyer didn't spell it out for me. But anyway, it's good. He's great as this sort of eccentric billionaire, and even at one point he says, "I'm eccentric." Oh, it's good stuff. I don't know. I love John Cleese, and you could see like. And I think when I was doing my review, I actually reviewed this movie a little while ago. I was talking with Zach Tennant about this, and he said something about John Cleese's character in Fawlty Towers is related to this character, and it's just the name though. Like, it's great. I won't get too deep into it, but the main character is Basil Fawlty in that, but his character in that show is based off of this real person. Donald St. Clair, I forget who it is, but this is just the name sake, sort of. So they took the name for this movie. So different parts of the person, the character, and the name. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention that tidbit because I thought it was interesting when Zach told me that. But yeah, Rat Race is amazing. Whoopi Goldberg. Let's just talk about Whoopi Goldberg for a bit. She's really.
Yeah, her story begins with she's meeting her daughter. She gave up for adoption for the first time. Right?
Yes, that's how it starts, her storyline, yeah.
So then suddenly they go on this adventure where they get to bond real good.
Yeah, it's cute.
So that was an interesting starting point.
Yeah, and her daughter, you can tell it's like really uptight businesswoman, and Whoopi Goldberg's like really laid back, sort of fun, older lady, and it's a good clash of characters, and and it works because long lost daughter. They don't really know each other, but they're bonding through this trip, like you said, Stevie. And there's a really good scene with I'm blanking on the actor's name. I should know her name. But the squirrel lady for the squirrel scene. What's her name? I forget. But
that was Kathy Bates. I fucking love her.
Okay, yeah, like I said, I knew it and I should have known it and I feel stupid. But yeah, Kathy Bates, obviously. But yeah, the squirrel lady.
I want to be Kathy Bates when I grow up.
Don't we all? That scene is really good. They got all the different squirrels and like little get-ups. Is really funny and cute. I like that.
Do you happen to know if her bit was improvised or was that all scripted? Because it felt real off the cuff.
I feel like it probably was a little bit loose, but I don't know either, but I could see why you would say that. It did feel sort of like that. But yeah, that scene consists of Kathy Bates' character trying to sell Whoopi Goldberg and her daughter the squirrel, and they don't want it, they just want directions so they can get, because this is before Google Maps, so you had to ask for directions, and which makes for a better road trip movie, really. So it works out in that way. But yeah, they do not buy a squirrel, and without giving away anything, let us just say, they should have bought a squirrel.
They should have bought a squirrel.
And that's...
I mean, Kathy was very charming.
Yeah, I don't want to give away,
a squirrel, but they needed to, buy her respect or trust or whatever.
Yeah, I would have bought a squirrel. It's just...
Always buy the squirrel.
Yeah, that lesson learned. If you're asking directions and you're lost, and you don't have your phone or something, buy the squirrel.
Gotta buy a
squirrel. I gotta go. Roger will be here soon. Good night, Daddy. All right. Sounds good. Bye, Pops.
All right, Doug, we're never going on a road trip together. We'll buy so many squirrels just because.
Squirrel road trip 2029.
Yes. Gotta catch them all.
Yeah, they're Pokemon. Squirrels are sort of like Pokemon. Anyway, moving on to the Wikipedia
Pocket
page.
Car.
What's that?
Pocket Car.
Arcade car?
Whoopi Goldberg, squirrel, rocket car.
Oh, rocket car. Sorry. I just didn't understand. Yeah, there's a rocket car bit.
Sorry, I'm eating too.
No, it's okay. They found a rocket car because scientists are trying to break the land speed record in the desert. There's so many awesome little random bits that come together. There's a bus full of I Love Lucy fans all dressed in cosplay. There's so many crazy...
And that's where I found the second queerphobic joke. But again, I'm not even mad.
Right, yeah. I don't know what you're referring to, of course. But it's but it's on the same character too, with Cuba Gooding just showing that doesn't seem like a tolerant person. Yeah, he that's what I get from it watching it. I was like, man, Cuba Gooding Jr. is a dick. But yeah, it's still funny.
Okay, I think that also part of that is commentary on his eyes suck. Right, he couldn't call the coin flip. He thought the bartender was.
Oh, right. You know what? I never thought about that.
In front of his eyes.
I never thought about that, but that makes a lot of sense. I think you're onto something.
Yeah, so he just sucks at identifying what he's looking at.
Whoa! Holy shit! Real quick. Rocket car. Yo, been lurking. Love Rat Race. Dizan Man, I love you. What up? Yeah, it's fucking so funny.
Desi D.
I'll stand by Desi D. That's cool. Alright.
We need to play The Sims sometimes.
What's that?
I was saying to Dazzy D, we need to play The Sims sometime.
Oh yeah. I've never actually played The Sims, but I've watched people play it a lot. Like, well, not a lot, but like sometimes. And you know, I feel like it's more fun for me to watch. But I would watch you guys if you streamed it. That'd be cool. Anyway, let's go back to the movie. Who did we not talk about? Breckin Meyer and Amy Smart. We haven't talked about them yet.
And that's where the third queerphobic joke comes in.
Oh, with the sex change thing? Is it?
Yeah. What part of this Lindenberg book are you at? The part where he gets the sex change.
I don't know if that. I don't know. I guess you could take it as queerphobic.
Flirting again.
I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was more just like because it's not hit because there was like a biographical book and that it's just not what happened. I thought that was more the joke, so I didn't take. But I get what you. I could see it taken that way too.
I just gotta point him out.
No, fair enough. I get it. But yeah, Amy Smart.
One of my favorite movies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's mine too. But yeah, Breckin Meyer. Let's talk about him. He's sort of like the same in everything I've seen him in. I don't think I've ever seen him play like a different role other than the sort of handsome, nice guy.
Yeah, he's a cute dumbass. That's about it.
Yeah. And I guess he's fine at that, but for me, Amy Smart is the far better and more entertaining actor out of them two.
Her character development in this one was hilarious.
Yeah, and she's funny because like when it builds, it starts off where you think, oh, she's just a boring nice girl, but her character evolves as the movie progresses because we find out she's sort of a psycho crazy bitch, and I like it, and she's funny, making noises, throwing wrenches at trucks from helicopters. It's good stuff. Very funny. I'm missing some chat.
You never would have seen that coming if you only know her from serious roles, right?
No, yeah, exactly. And it's funny because just before this movie, there was Eurotrip with both them in it, Breckin Meyer and Amy Smart. So I feel like Rat Race was like, well, they're good together. Boom, put them in Rat Race. I feel like that was almost certainly what happened.
They were just, in the neighborhood, so like, hey, you guys doing anything after 4 o'clock?
Yeah, you guys got chemistry. Let's see it. Dazzy Def.
Yep.
Dazzy D. Oh yeah, thanks for shouting out Dizan Man. Good call. All right.
It's ready.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing the thing. We are doing the thing, which is Rat Race.
Doing the thing every day. But now only on Fridays. Gonna get down, gonna get some movies.
Gonna
get down on this Friday.
Agreed. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna make sure. Okay, this is something that I wanted to mention in my review with Zach Tennant that we did on his podcast, but I didn't. It was the one thing I forgot to mention. We gotta talk about Smash Mouth.
Better do it here.
We didn't mention Smash Mouth somehow. Yes, and that's like it's at the end, and I don't want to ruin like how it happens or how it affects the plot. But Smash Mouth is in person, and they play their classic song All Star, and I forget what's the main guy's name from Smash Mouth, like Mike or something. I'm not 100% on that. That's probably wrong.
Shrek.
Let's go with that. So Shrek, no, the main guy from Smash Mouth, he has like a speaking role and stuff too. But I don't think any of the other members say anything. But that makes sense. He's the lead guy. Or is it Steve? I feel like it's Steve.
Goes, you can do it.
I don't think I heard that. Or did that?
No, that didn't.
That's not real. Yeah, you're joking. Steve. I feel like it might be Steve.
Norman McDonald, okay?
Oh, rest in peace, Norm Macdonald. That hit me hard, and I feel like that one hit harder than a lot of the recent celebrity deaths for a lot of people, because it's just he came out of nowhere, and he was hiding the cancer from the public, and I get why, but it just made it that much more of a shock. Rest in peace. You will be missed. I watched the moth joke in memorial. If you don't know what that is, look it up. We'll look up the moth
You're
joke.
gonna have to type that in.
Look up the moth joke with Norm Macdonald if you don't know what I'm talking about. But we gotta go back to the. We didn't really delve into Amy Smart and Breckenmeyer that much, but they're like I said, Breckenmeyer's meh, he's fine, I guess. But Amy Smart steals their storyline, in my opinion.
You need to like turn off one of your sound things.
Oh shit. Did it quit? Wait. What? I should be.
There was like an echo, a delayed echo.
Yeah, but I thought that I had. I think it's okay. Say some stuff.
SpaghettiOs, they go in my nose, tickle my toes, hug my bros.
Okay, yeah, there's a loop being there, but I don't understand why.
Yeah. It just came out of nowhere.
Should we try to go in and out?
You want to try to go in and out with me?
From the, you know what I mean. And I knew when I said that you would make it dirty, but I'm gonna disconnect. And then try. We're gonna try again. Stevie?
Back.
Hey. Stop. Douglas. Douglas booty quiver. Booty sweat. It sounds good, right?
Sweat, booty, sweat, sweating all the booty juice onto the booty
Okay,
juice.
that's enough. Okay. Y'all sound good, Sister Zan-Man. Thank you. Mock joke, Desi D. Okay, moving on. We talked about Smash Mouth.
Alright, I'll stop complaining.
Oh, it's doing it again. Smash Mouth.
Do you like my joke? I said I'll stop complaining.
Just turn down whatever you're watching the stream on. Well, I have the stream off, like the volume off. That's why I don't get it. Otherwise,
same. Oh no.
Oh,
it was me. I'm sorry.
Oh, boom! That's what it
just
was.
Sitting here giving you shit when I'm.
It's okay.
At least we figured it out.
It's okay. We should have both checked. It's okay.
Yep.
No worries. Next time we know. All right. We're live. We're live. It's okay, guys. I love you all. Rat race. Let's keep going. So yeah, Smash Mouth. It's funny that they're in this, and what I wanted to say about this specifically is that the first time that All Star was in a movie, it was supposed, and it was Mystery Men. A lot of people don't know that. People think it was Shrek first. I think this was maybe after Shrek, but it's the same year as Shrek, so actually I'm not 100% on that. But I think this did come slightly after Shrek. Because Shrek is what it's mostly known for, although this movie wasn't as big a hit as Shrek. But it was supposed to be first in Mystery Men, and even the official music video for the song has Mystery Men scenes in it. And if you don't know what Mystery Men is, I love that movie too. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. But it's in that movie first, and it's at the end of it, in the end sequence. And I think they even have another scene in it. Like, it's in it quite a bit. It's like the reoccurring song in that movie. But yeah, no. And then it's also in Rat Race.
Is essentially the anthem of Y2K. That one and We Let the Dogs Out.
That's exactly right. Whoa, Spaghetti in the house. Holy shit.
Spaghetti!
Spaghetti. Can we give Spaghetti a shout out, please? Spaghetti.
No.
Okay, never mind. Stevie, it's Stevie we trust. I'll give a Stevie salute there.
There we go.
Okay, anyway, moving on. What was I saying? I was saying a thing.
All-Star.
All-Star. We were talking about the song All-Star, and how it's in those three movies: Mystery Men, Shrek, Rat Race, and it's on other movies, I'm sure too. But that's all around the same period. I think Mystery Man was 1999, but Rat Race and Shrek 2001. So yeah. And those are all some of my favorite movies. So it's pretty funny that like a lot of my favorite movies have All Star by Smash Mouth in them. Just that's the way it is.
But you were like 5 in Y2K, right?
No, it does make sense because of my age. It's true. That's the only thing.
A lot of the things that I saw around that time in childhood went on to become lifelong favorites.
Yeah, that's the only thing Pootie Tang's missing is a little bit of Smash Mouth. But It would be kind of out of
It's the
place.
perfect movie.
It would be maybe a little out of place with the rest of the movie. Stevie salute, yeet yeet. Stevie Wonder, that's my boy. Cooking spaghetti, that's my joy. Don't forget it, spaghetti. Why are you cooking yourself though? I'm just kidding. Don't you're a cannibal.
Oh, spaghetti. You missed the part where I was singing about you.
Spaghetti. Okay.
I was talking about SpaghettiOs in my nose.
Right. Oh, right. Thank you for reminding me. But I forget. I mean, I think I'm almost out of shit to talk about. I'm running out of stuff to say. We talked about the basic plot. Oh, there's one more. There's lots of different scenes with crazy bets. So let's just talk about a little bit of that. Because a lot of the joke is like making fun of this high society. And I'm sure this exists with like multimillionaires betting on really stupid shit. And it's sort of made fun of like...
Isn't that what they're doing right now with the pandemic?
they're betting on all whether we live or die. Is that what you're saying?
Or maybe let's produce an article saying take horse medicine.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot of bullshit, and like I saw some of the articles that came out of, I forget which newspaper it is, but one of the ones that Jeff Bezos bought, and it was just like total propaganda, like Amazon is okay kind of thing. It's like, whoa.
Yeah,
it's
get you off topic.
It's just like,
rich people are assholes. They gamble with other people's lives.
No, but for sure. But this movie makes fun of that sort of, which I respect. Because they have them doing this really stupid shit. And Dave Thomas, who is from SCTV originally, I think, and that crew.
Yeah, he's one of the
like Eugene Levy brothers and stuff. Yeah, exactly. And he there's a scene, he's like John Cleese's right-hand man or whatever in this. And the way his character is introduced, that he was unfortunately born without a personality. So he plays a very straight, like, plain man.
Basically, he's Droopy the dog in human form.
Yeah, and there's a scene where he's holding a box of chocolates and he takes one and bites it. And he says, coconut. And then everyone's like, who had coconut? Who had that one? And everyone took bets on which chocolate it would be, because it was this huge box of chocolates. With, like, it would be pretty crazy odds probably for coconut. And then another really fun, we got to talk about the prostitute scene.
That was classic.
They have a hooker come over, and Dave Thomas starts to say, okay, this is the kind of party that I would want to have. We'd be in a jacuzzi filled with Pepto-Bismol. We'd be wearing sailor hats. And I'd be clipping your toenails, and you'd shave my buttocks. And then the bet, we find out all these millionaires are hiding like behind the curtains and under the couch or whatever. They all hop up behind, and they're like, oh, who had $3,000? And so they all bet on how much this ridiculous party would cost. Yeah, it's very funny. And she comes back into it.
That I'm impressed that you have memorized that bit, what the request is.
Yeah, well, I've seen this movie so many times, but yeah, that's probably has something.
I believe it.
That, like,
excellent.
Good job. Yeah, thank you. When I would get sick and go home from school and stay home, this movie, Spaceballs, Mystery Men, and Starship Troopers were like the 4 food groups. Were the movies that I would crank and watch hard. Cause I can't get sick of those 4.
We gotta smoke a hoot now.
Did we get a smoke hoot? Does that man Blaze? Yeah, yes, of course. You did it. We have to do it. That's how it works. Cooking spaghetti, that's my joy. Okay. We gotta get the bong. I'm all out of juice, so we gotta use the real weed.
Oh no. That's what I'm doing right now.
We can't use too much of the Benny Hill theme, because then the copyright laws or whatever, they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Let's put on some shit though.
I'm just rolling one up myself. Rapping in 6 you fat old head. Rolling it
Nice, good song. What's up, everybody?
About cat race.
Yeah. We're
Is
gonna.
there any weed references in Rat Race? I don't recall any.
Wait. Oh. Let me pick. I don't think so.
It's not really a song that we know about.
I'm trying to think.
About
There's lots of
body
different.
modification. When the
Wait, just a sec.
Okay.
Let me turn off the music. Go ahead.
We're so good at this. No, there's a joke about body modification, which was all the rage at the time. Like, I had gotten things pierced too. Sometimes I freestyle, yes. And, they're driving parallel to the party girls, right? And so the one that can't talk, he's flirting with the other gal, and they're showing each other.
Because she has lots of piercings too, yeah.
Yeah, she's all like, look, I've got like 12 in one ear, right? And then he lifts up his shirt and shows a nipple ring, and she's like, oh yeah? And then, it was so good. I laughed. It gets me every time. I know what's coming, and I laugh.
And then they get into a car accident because they're looking at the titties.
Of course, wouldn't you?
Probably.
And I love that they were ultimately going to the same place, and they meet up again at the end and have their little moment.
Yeah, they tie that loose end up.
Words, they were just like, yeah, I dig your vibe, let's fuck.
And that's another reason why this movie's great. They tie up, in my opinion, every loose end that I care about anyway. And there's a lot of movies, like, because there's so many things going on in this movie, so it would be understandable if they, like, forgot to tie one up or something. But it's all pretty clean in that regard. And there's so many, like, side characters, side bits that are good. I don't know. From the beginning to the end, I love this movie. I have one negative thing, and it's an extremely small nitpick about it.
Okay.
There's for Rowan Atkinson, for Mr. Bean, for his bit, he is riding with Newman from Seinfeld, and they have a.
Oh shit! Yeah.
He's transporting a human heart in his van, and they end up. It's so stupid that they take it out, but it's funny. They take it out, and it ends up like going outside, and it basically it ends up becoming so destroyed that they can't use this human heart anymore.
That situation just escalates beyond absurd, and I don't really understand why they put that in.
And Newman's like, well, let me explain the part that I really have a problem with, though, because so far I have no problems. Newman is mad at, or he's deciding that, oh, well, we don't have a heart anymore, so I'm gonna cut out Mr. Bean's heart and take his heart. So Mr. Bean tricks him by saying, oh, look, a drifter, let's kill him. And he looks away, and then Enrico Pollini, or Mr. Bean, runs away, and he jumps onto a train. And this part is the part I have a problem with, because it doesn't make any sense. He jumps into, like, the middle of it, and then the next scene, like, in between two cars. It's ridiculous. It doesn't look like it actually happened either. But anyway, the next scene, he's just sitting in the train.
A real person, you know that, right?
He's just sitting in the train. It doesn't make, like, how did he get there to there? He's a fucking ghost. He would be dead. Not real. He would be dead. Or maybe, yeah, that's the only solution. Enrico Pollini is a ghost, and he has powers. But no, I think it's I think that it just didn't. That's the one thing I have a problem with. It doesn't make enough sense to me. But anyway, I got the weed here. Let's take a hoot here. Yeah. This is for my homies.
I'm going outside so that I can smoke with you.
I love you guys. Is Stevie... Oh, I love this movie too. I've seen it so many times too. Yeah, it's great. Okay, here we go. Well, let's open the window first. Alright.
Smoke weed every day. Smoke it up. Smoke weed every day. I'm almost outside. Chug, chug-a-lug, jug, jug.
Everybody check out the commands. Type in exclamation mark commands. There's so many new commands. Just start typing them in, even if you don't know what they mean. Once you type them in, you'll know what it means. Come on. Let's go. Anyway, back to Rat Race. This movie is like the best movie ever made. Except for Pootie Tang. And maybe Roadhouse. But, it's really good. And yeah, like I said, childhood favorite. Stevie likes it too.
Really good for the kids. It's really good for the parents too.
Yeah, it's a family friendly.
Teenager.
Even though like there's some a little bit mildly raunchy stuff, it's like you see some side boob for that scene with that you were talking about with the.
Right. Okay, but look at the movie poster. Right, a kid isn't going to pick that movie.
We
right?
did.
The parents are gonna pick that movie. Oh, you did based on the poster?
I think that we did. Like
we saw Mr. Bean, and that was that.
I think we saw a trailer. I think we saw a trailer. Dylan and I saw a trailer or something like that, and we were like, "That looks fucking dope."
Well, yeah, if you saw the trailer, sure. I'm just saying that the way that the poster looks.
I love the poster.
It doesn't seem like something children would be drawn to.
I don't know. I've always loved the aesthetic. I even love the opening sequence of this. With even though you could argue that it goes too long, I love it. I like the way they look like sort of Photoshop cut out animation characters. It looks cool, and I like how the animation of the text moves, and it's not just fucking like. They tried with the opening sequence, and I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, animation and stuff happens because they know that kids are gonna watch this.
Yeah, no, that part I think is great. And I am running out of shit to say about it. We're already like almost an hour into the stream though. We've been talking for a while. Any last words?
I'm ready to rate if you are.
I am. We should move on. I think that's a good amount of talk about Rat Race. Let's rate it. What do you think? Type your rating in. I'll draw mine on the whiteboard. I'm trying to. What do I?
It's double Jeopardy.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking like, what did I give it? Because I gave it a rating on the podcast I did too, and I think that's what I'll give it here too. 9.5 is how I feel about it. Yes, I love it a lot. I know it's one of my favorites.
You're such a dork.
I know.